Hi there, I am doing a video on using my new set of Pan Pastels. I got them recently and I decided I want to try these out. I've seen a lot of videos like on TikTok, for example, as of late with a lot of your artists using this medium, and it made me excited and I want to try it. I've watched a few YouTube videos here and there, but I haven't really seen a video that really breaks down the exact skin tone colors that they're using, so it's kind of like a lot of guesswork. So I decided just to start testing them out on my own. I can't say this is exactly a tutorial, but it's just me exploring using this new set plus a few other art supplies I picked up. Like I got some alcohol-based markers in skin tone colors and some polychromos pencil crayons. So I'm gonna try using all those today and see what I end up with. So here is my portrait sketch, just a kind of a rough overdraft of it. It's not perfect, but it will serve the purpose of today's exercise and me exploring Pan Pastels. So I'm just gonna use my kneadable eraser and kind of just start erasing away some of the landmarks to kind of help me with proportions. And I'm just gonna kind of lightly go over it so the lines aren't as prominent. And then I'm just gonna really start getting into using the Pan Pastels. So I'm starting off with burnt sienna tint from my new pastel skin tone Pan Pastel set. And this is going to kind of serve as my base color. And I'm going to see if I can gradually add a little bit of shadow with some of the darker pans, but just to start off with. So I have used the burnt sienna tint all over, and I'm using this sponge knife tool that just came with the set. These are the different pieces. So I'm just using a knife just as an overall base to start off with. Again, I don't really have much knowledge in using this medium, but I just think it looks really cool from what I've seen. So I'm just using that. And I'm just going to continue to mix as I go. And here is the yellow ochre tint on my Pan Pastel set, and I'm going to use that just to kind of start putting in a little bit of shadow where I can. I don't know if it will come through really clearly, but just to kind of start adding a wee bit of depth where I can. And now I'm just using burnt sienna itself as my next Pan Pastel, and I'm just kind of working along bottom of the jawline and trying to create a little bit more shadows. There is a Pan Pastel that is supposed to be a blender, but right now I'm not really using that. I'm just kind of wiping off my little sponge tool on a paper towel as I go, just to get off the excess. And I'm just gonna keep going, kind of pressing harder when I want that area to be a little bit darker, and just following along with my reference photo that is off camera. So far, I kind of like using Pan Pastels. You can cover a larger body of work relatively quicker than, just using, paint. Like I find that I have to be a lot more careful with paint. I find that this medium is just a tiny bit more forgiving, and I kind of like that. And the tint I used on the cheeks was red iron oxide tint, and it appears as like a dusty pink. So I've got my main base now, and I'm just kind of blending out as best as I can. It's still kind of choppy here and there, but you know, it's more of an exploration of using this medium. And I'm gonna actually start using my alcohol-based markers and start getting in a little bit more detail. I'm using my alcohol-based markers, and I'm using Buttercup Yellow and Barely Beige, along with a blender, so a colorless blender. And I'm just playing around, seeing if I can create depth. They're not perfect, but I think it looks kind of cool, to be honest. So I'm gonna keep going and keep working. This is how my sketch has been going. So I really played around a lot with the alcohol-based markers and a few of my polychromos pencil crayons, and just kind of played around, kind of mismatched a little bit. So still will have to probably work with this medium quite a bit. It's kind of hard with blending, so to speak, but the Pan Pastel is actually really cool. So as you saw, like right at the beginning of the video, I kind of just laid it down as a base and just kind of played around with some stuff. So I think I'm gonna leave it at that for today, but thank you for joining me for this video. I hope to continue to use these materials and kind of get better and have more of a congruent looking picture. But until next time, peace.